Good day, how is your day going? You can reply in the comment section, even though I hope it's going great. Okay, so last time we considered what the JAMB original result slip is, why you need to get yours, and how you can do so with ease. So if you missed the video, you might want to head over to it after this one. Don't worry, I'll remind you at the end of this video. During the last video, I promised to get a video explanation of the 7 crucial documents UNIZIK aspirants need to know about. We also posted them on our WhatsApp community, and many were asking various questions. How can I get my local government identification slip? Is there an easy way? I stay far from my state of origin. Do I have to travel to get it? Didn't really get what you said about UNIZIK changing. Can you explain? So we will answer all these questions if you stick with us for a moment. You probably can relate to these questions if you've not heard of the documents before, but there's no need to worry as long as you finish this video with us. You might want to get a chair if you're standing, or save this video for later if you're really busy, as it might be a little more lengthy than our previous videos. Take a moment to hit the subscribe button if you haven't. It won't cost anything. If you're new to the channel, this is TJ Star Academics and we are only here to help. Turn on the notification using the bell button after subscribing so that you'll be notified when our next video is available. So we made a post like this on our WhatsApp group not so long ago. If you haven't joined the group yet and you are aspiring for UNIZIK, comment add me down in the comment section and we'll attend to you real soon. You can pause the video, do that and get back quickly. After seeing this post, many were confused and asked a lot of questions. So we'll be attending to the posts, questions under it, and vital information that you definitely need to know. Due to the series of repetition in challenges regarding these documents during the past years, TJ Star Academics started ahead to inform aspirants about the need to start gathering them on time to avoid stories to pity for. These 7 documents are: 1. JAMB original result slip, which was explained in the previous video. 2. O-level results printouts. This could be WAEC or NECO. 3. JAMB admission letter. 4. Original birth certificate or baptismal certificate, as some call it. 5. Local government's identification letter or slip. 6. UNIZIK admission slip, also known as UNIZIK admission letter. 7. Your passport photograph. So these are the 7 documents. We'll be looking into each and every one of them. But before we look into these documents, we want to see why they are important and why we are mentioning it now, even when it is not yet time for the fiscal clearance when they will be needed. We will look into each document after answering these 2 questions. First, why are these documents important? In UNIZIK, just as in most other Nigerian universities, identity of each student is very important. There are those out there who wish to come and make certificates they can sell to others. So without proper identification methods, they can use fake names, place of origin, date of birth, and fake vital information to attain admission. Now, to reduce the risk of that and ensure that each student's identity is properly known by the school, UNIZIK holds a fiscal clearance even after the online clearance, which is called the e-clearance, to ensure identity of each applicant and avoid impersonation. This fiscal clearance is held at the UNIZIK Administration Building. More information concerning this will be passed on later. Each candidate has to verify his or her identity to be given a matriculation number which identifies him or her as a student of UNIZIK. And without these 7 documents, no applicant can be given this identity. So that's simply why these 7 documents are important. And I believe we are done with the first question. Why are these 7 documents important? Now over to the second question. Why mention them now when it's not yet time for physical clearance? Unlike regular documents like your NIN, JAMB slip and some other of them, which you can easily look up and get access to immediately, there are some of these documents that take time to obtain. So it is mentioned on time by helpful organizations like TGStar Academics early enough so that aspirants can start gathering them on time to avoid late resumption of lectures, stress during the physical clearance process, and loss of admission due to failure to provide these documents during the periods of physical clearance. Having considered these 2 questions, we are now going to discuss these documents one after the other. Firstly, we'll consider the JAMB original result slip. Though it was explained in the past video, this result slip firstly is different from the ones obtained via SMS and contains an aspirant's photo ID, choices of institution and courses, JAMB scores, and biodata. This slip is to be printed with a colored printer, not in black and white, and the original slip is required, which means that you cannot come with a photocopy or any copy that is in black and white, as it will be considered to be a photocopy also. You are expected to come along with the original colored printout while coming to the school for physical clearance. For more explanation of these documents, refer to our previous video for details. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be reminding you if you stick with us to the end of this video. Now, let us look into the O-level results printout, which is the second document on our list. There's nothing much to say in this particular document, As a regular copy, you can get it, preferably colored, of your WAEC or NECO results can be accepted. The original WAEC results, which should cost not less than 8,000 as about now, might not be compulsory, as it wasn't mandatory for the past 5 years while aspirants had their physical clearance. But if there's adjustments or changes to whether it's mandatory or not for this year, we'll update you guys on this channel. So do well to hit the subscribe button and then turn on notification for this channel so that you'll be notified for each video. The third document on our list is the JAMB admission letter. You must first remember that these documents must mandatorily be colored, just like the JAMB original result slip. This slip can only be obtained when one has been granted admission into UNIZIK. It is a general letter from the JAMB registrar to all admitted aspirants using the same format. The only thing that differs or that is different from your JAMB admission letter and that of someone else could be personal details like your full name, choice of institution, choice of course, and duration of study, along with your photo ID. Aside all these mentioned, JAMB admission letter is basically the same for all aspirants. Also, take note that the duration of study on the JAMB admission letter might also differ a bit from the actual duration in UNIZIK, but the difference shouldn't be more than 2 years. It should be about 1 year or so, or sometimes exactly the same. The original JAMB result slip and this JAMB admission letter, along with your O-level result slip, will be signed on by the admission officer, and you'll be asked
to make photocopies that reflect the signature. So don't bother wasting your money now creating photocopies of these documents, as the photocopies you make now will not reflect any signature, and you'll be asked to make another photocopies during the physical clearance after the admission officer has signed on it. These documents will likely be demanded for during your physical clearance in your final year after you're done with studies. So what you have to do is find a file and keep these documents safe, along with other receipts for payments made with the school during your stay or during your study, as all these things, all these documents, files will be requested as proof of payments during your final clearance with the school before you can be given your certificate. We've said a lot on that documentary, so let's move to 4. The 4th document is birth or baptismal certificates, original birth certificates. This is another means of identification that validates the date of birth and age provided during JAMB and post-UTME registration. So it has to be original. Direction on how to make photocopies of this document will be provided during your physical clearance. Your birth certificate should also contain your full name in correct spelling to prove that you're not an impostor. Next is document 5, one of the most popular and most troublesome documents. This document is one that many don't know or don't even hear of until they apply to join NNAMDI AZIKIWE University. And if you're watching this video and hearing this for the first time, this is the local government identification letter. We are going to explain it so that you can understand what it's all about. The local government identification letter, or identification slip as some may call it, is a letter or document from your local government area of origin, or from certified and authorized personnel or officers, which identifies you as an indigene of your local government area in your state of origin. To obtain this document yourself, you would have to travel to your local government area of origin and ask anyone around how you can obtain the document, as it differs for each local government. Remember, where you're traveling to now, not just the local government area, but the office, the local government area office for your state of origin, for particularly the local government area you're from. Ask around for the office. Now you go to the office now. At the local government area office, you ask for the identity office. I don't know how they address it in most other local government areas, but in most of them they call it identity office. They handle stuff regarding identification, NIN, and some other stuff like that. So you approach them and tell them that you would like to obtain your local government identification letter. They'll take some vital details, personal details from you, and confirm your identity before issuing this document to you. So you have to make a travel if you're not nearby. Go to your state of origin, to your local government of origin, and obtain it. If you have a relative or friend who is nearer to your hometown, he or she can help you go on your behalf. Usually the process doesn't involve a thumbprint, so someone else can go on your behalf. Your local government identification letter would contain details like your full name in the right order, your date of birth, your next of kin details, your village or hometown's name, and a statement approving that you are actually an indigene. Though it differs for each local government area, not all are the same or have the same details as provided in some other ones. So it usually differs for each local government area depending on how they arrange theirs. You must also note that your local government identification letter must match the local government area that you provide during your post-UTME registration. So while you're doing your post-UTME registration, make sure you use the correct local government area so that during the physical clearance, when you now provide the identification letter, it can tally or rhyme with what you provided during post-UTME registration, so that you avoid issues concerning the admission process. I believe that's clear enough. While trying to obtain this identification letter, try not to fall victim for scammers, as there are a lot of them out there who use this local government identification letter as a tactic to reap aspirants of their money, leaving them stranded. Over to document 6, UNIZIK admission letter. Just like the JAMB admission letter, that of UNIZIK also has a congratulatory message confirming that you have been offered admission into a particular department within the school. It usually also contains the bio details filled in during the post-UTME registration and e-clearance. Note that this post-UTME registration and e-clearance is done via your UNIZIK CAPS account. So you have to open a UNIZIK CAPS account, as a JAMB CAPS account is also required for JAMB academic activities. Now these details, which will be found on the UNIZIK admission letter, will include your local government area, next of kin phone number and name, date of birth, O-level results, and the others such as email and JAMB reg number. The UNIZIK admission letter could also be referred to as UNIZIK admission slip, especially during the physical clearance. So don't find it new, they are the same thing. The slip would usually contain your post-UTME screening score with which you were admitted, and this score will likely be different from the aggregate score you know, as to be graded over 100. You will also find on the slip a series of directions on how to proceed with the physical clearance. Thus, this slip will be received after post-UTME registration, e-clearance and admission, but before physical clearance. Note that everything concerning the UNIZIK admission slip is based on that of the past years. All we've discussed said concerning this admission slip, the information you find on it, we are saying this based on that of the past years, how it has been during the past 5 years or so, and that they might change. The information might change this year since UNIZIK adjusted or changed their CAPS site, which is usually the source of this document. Usually during the past days after being admitted, aspirants obtain their UNIZIK admission slip from the UNIZIK CAPS site, but now this site has been adjusted, it has been edited. I think they are making some amendment to the site, and they've changed the domain, which used to be apply.unizik.edu.ng. The domain has somehow been redirected to portal.unizik.edu.ng. So the main difference there is the apply and portal. The original domain unizik.edu.ng is still the same. This site has been the source of the admission slip during the past years, just as the JAMB CAPS site is the source of the JAMB admission letter. On the official memo concerning the post-UTME registration, which was just released, you'll find the initial domain, that's apply.unizik.edu.ng, instead of the new one. Among the instructions provided, they mentioned the domain and they use the old one. So let's wait for directions from the school to know how to proceed with that. If you want to remain updated on the direction when it's provided, subscribe to our channel for more videos. Lastly, your passport photograph makes the 7th document. 6 to 8 copies of your passport photograph will be required during the physical clearance, but it's advisable to get 8, as they will still be used later on if they remain, to avoid going back or running around to get more copies of the passports. Of course, you want to look good in the passport, so try to smile, and it's advisable to also use a plain background. Believing that we've properly discussed all 7 documents, you'll be rounding up our video now. If you're still with us up to now, then you've definitely benefited a lot. If you unnecessarily skipped the video, probably you felt it was too long and you fast forwarded it, it is advisable to go back, as every 10 seconds of this video has vital information to offer. So there's no need fast forwarding it. Watch it completely and you benefit completely also. Once more again, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification button and select all so that you receive all notifications from this channel. Drop your comments in the comment section below and we attend to them. Share the video link to other aspirants by clicking on the share button below. Check the video description for the link to our UNIZIK Aspirants group and other vital details. As I promised at the beginning of this video, you're reminded to check our previous video concerning JAMB original result slip. If you actually started this video from the beginning, I mentioned that if you did not consider our last video, that you might want to get over to it after this one, and I promise that you should not worry, that I'll remind you at the end of the video. So this is the reminder now. As soon as this video ends, take your time to go through the other video concerning this original result slip. I've come this far, and if you've also come this far with me, then you must be serious with your admission process, and we hope you get it this year. Remember, until next time guys, this is TJ Star Academics. Thank you for watching.